Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the SU-130 PM. It's the Tier 8 Soviet premium tank destroyer. I had to think about that for a second. It's located on the eastbourne of Sand River, and it's under the command of Royal Flying Corps of the Phoenix Clan. Now, this is one of 3 replays featuring this very tank, and it's rather special because this happens to be our 7,000th video. Game started. Well, this little beast has a 13cm gun as its main armament. It's open-topped, which unlike the, well, actually the Scorpion is open-topped, but it's basically the Soviet equivalent of the Scorpion. It's got a very high alpha as well, 520 hit points average, and well, the 490 from the Scorpion is kind of dwarfed by that. Reload time is normally by the book 13.04 seconds, but you can see here that RoyalFlyingCorps got it down to 10.8, which is also very, very good. It's moving up nicely on the south side. There's normally plenty of targets to shoot at. The only worry, of course, is taking a high position on this bank means you can be shot from the riverbed, because if the enemy sees you. Okay, he spotted somebody else, a KV-3 making his way towards the village. He's trying to get the solution. He's noticed that very fast aim. Oh, nice one, right into the side of the turret. It's a high roll for 596. That's a good start to the game, and the KV-3 is dead. Now this tank destroyer has pretty poor gun handling when it's on the move. In other words, you know, it can't really hit the target very accurately. But when it's stationary, it's much, much better. As you can see here, the lurver trying to get a shot on him, go for the low plates. Yes, he gets it. And it's a low roll for 510. But you can see the lurver turned his gun in this direction, but I don't think he saw us. You can see that hit lovely on the lower plate. The second shot, upper plate, not going to get through the upper plate of a lurver. It's very well angled. It's got thick armor, so it's probably not, well, it was a speculative shot that he would try and get that one on. He was just trying it on just to see if it worked. The problem with the SU-130 PM, I think, which most players will actually attest to, is the fact that it does have very low ammunition, only 30 rounds to play with, so you need to be careful because otherwise you could run out of ammo before the end of the game. Nice shot on the Tiger 1. Looks like multiple shots hit that guy at the same time. He's having a brilliant time here because the enemy aren't really bothering him. T-44-100 takes it. That was a big hit as well. Another high roll for 546, but we just lost the C-52 list, which is the Fox. Tries a blind shot in direction of T-44. I'm not sure if that one hit or not. We'll just have to wait and see at the end of the game. There's that lurver up ahead as well. And he's engaged in the 50 TP at the moment. And it looks like Arty's trying to stun him as well. Now, the other thing about the SU-130 PM is that it's actually quite vulnerable to rams. The armour's very thin. It's not only open on cockpit, which makes it very vulnerable to HE rounds as well. So if you're in a tank and you fire at an SU-130 PM, best to use HE to try and kill it because you might knock out the crew as well as penetrate the vehicle and get a max roll. Of course, the SU-130 PM became available to everyone in the Winter Challenge some time ago. It was a mini marathon, and you could get one of these for free if you completed all the stages of the marathon. Which I think most people nowadays, they don't complete the marathon, they just pay for the rest of it to complete it because it's just too tough to spend all your time playing. Okay, he's decided to pull back, use the ridgeline. This tank destroyer does have good gun depression, 7 degrees, which is quite reasonable for a Soviet vehicle. Of course, it doesn't have. Oh, great shot on the 122 TM right through the side and wiped him out. So he's got his first kill. Okay, Scorpion turned up. Got him on the move. 503, and he's wiped out. Okay, now we've got the side of the lurver. This is a different prospect, because if you get the side of a lurver, you can normally pen. You see those 2 shots failed, but that one did go through the upper plate. He was lucky. I didn't actually mention the penetrations on these visuals. The standard shell's got penetration of 243, and with the heat rounds, it goes up to 320. And you see, RoyalFlyingCorps is using standard ammo to maximise his potential. Takes out the target 1 and gets his 2nd kill, but he was spotted. And he's got a Stur Mill with him now. But that's the spot gun, which means that guy is capable of, he's got a 105 millimeter gun, capable of doing substantial damage, but not as much as you would from the 128. Okay, the enemy's getting mightily close, so he's decided to redeploy. Oh, and that's an AFK, I think. Somebody who's being a bit of a nuisance, and don't troll him. Trolling only gets you a bad name if you do it. I think that KV3 is probably... Oh no, he isn't AFK. His gun's turning. His turret's turning. So he is aware, but he's just not taking part in the battle. And even as Stur Mill fired around into him, effectively he's ruined this battle, because now we're 3 tanks down, and well, RoyalFlyingCorps is having to redeploy to defend the cap. Luckily there's nobody coming in from the north. The Super Hellcat has cleared out the north area, but there's masses of enemy coming in from the west and the south, which means he's had to pick a very defensive position up here on this ridgeline, which is very good for defending the cap area. A lot of people don't go here. A lot of tank destroyers and the like, they'll pick the area to the south, which is very open. That little hill where the near where the KV3 is, that's far too open for you to defend this cap area. If you try to pick that position, you'll get picked off. But if you go up here with the bushes, there's plenty of rocks, and you can use this position to get shots on the enemy. Okay, he's found a target, a Caro. Nice shot, 561, high roll. Has to pull back though, wasn't seen. We'll probably get another one into him. Let's have a look and see, have we got a range on him? Oh, well, we don't need to now because he's gone. But he was seen. And so he has to pull back. Oh, well, that was close. And the T-44-100, the one he hit earlier in the game, yeah, finally exacted some revenge for those shots. You see, he has got an escape route. He can go down into the rig bed if he needs to, but oh, Tiger can easily get him. That did hit. That did hit, and it tracked him. Go for the kill shot if you can get it. Is it a kill shot? Possibly a high roll. He does. So that one's down. So he's now got 4 kills, but the enemy is still closing in. They've managed to bring back the score, but unfortunately to the north now we've got a Super Hellcat trying to creep in from the north. He's just aware of all different directions. That T-44-100 is going to get behind, but it has to go up over ridgeline there to get into that area, and he knows it, and he must be aware that somebody's watching. Oh no, at this moment he chose to look round, and so he missed the point where the T-44-100 is now popping up over that ridgeline. He's got a Super Hellcat coming up. One of the big problems with this tank destroyer again is that it's only got 77.5 degrees of rotation for the turret. Oh, great shot on the 45, and it was a manual fire extinguisher, not an automatic one. Unfortunately, we lost the Super Hellcat to the north, and now that enemy line over there. Oh, he's gone. Great shot, and it technically counts as a blind kill because he didn't get a readout for the amount of hit points he managed to get. But there's another enemy up there. It's another SU-130 PM, and here comes one of the enemy now. And that was a rather foolish run into the cap area. That's his top gun, but he's now got an SU-130 PM behind him, so he has to pay attention to this guy, and he's all alone. If he doesn't, this guy could take him out. Oh, he got him with one shot. Mind you, he took a round up the Jaxi, which has ammo-racked him. And there's the enemy Arty finishing him off. So, unfortunately, this game has ended in a defeat, but it was a very good attempt. Let's have a look at the second replay. In the second replay, Royal Flying Corps is on the north spawn of Redshire. Game started. Oh, trying to make up mind. I always think they put the tanks too close together when they start at the spawn point, and they always seem to run into each other right at the start, with everyone trying to decide which direction they're going to go. Well, this map is very good for north spawn tank destroyers, because there is a little spot over there where you can go and shoot enemy tanks as they appear at the Zeppelin. But I think what Royal Flying Corps has in mind is he's going to go up here where the Scorpion is and use this position, which is, well, probably a big favourite for a lot of people. If you knock the trees down, you get a fantastic firing position where you can fire at the Zeppelin but also at the tanks to the south. So it's much, much better, and it looks like, yeah, the Scorpion's probably, well, he might be a bit miffed that his position's being shared, but there, I just saw a tree go over, so there's some customers already appeared. In fact, most of the customers have actually appeared near the castle, and Scorpion's decided to move away. Oh, first target, takes a hit for 562 high roll, and he's come out of siege mode and moved away. That T-34-85M did a great job for us, but sadly he didn't have the sense to stay this side of the ridgeline and got wiped out. Yeah, the Scorpion's using the forward position near those bushes. Normally light tanks use that position because it's actually very good for spotting the enemy, but it's very open, and there's not many places you can retreat to if you do get spotted, other than those houses a short distance away. So I prefer this position, I must admit. It's much, much, much better. Old target, KV-1A, big hit. 563, he wasn't spotted. You see, a lot of the targets you're firing at from this position are so far away that they're outside their view range. So they're not going to see you when the shot goes in. In fact, the only guys who are likely to see you if there's any light tanks on that little ridge line on the F line. And that's where you have to watch out, because if the enemy does see you there, from there rather, then you're likely to be on the receiving end of rather a lot of tank destroyer fire. Scorpion's still there. Our target, Canonian Jagdpanzer. Nice hit! 526. He pulled back because that guy was within view range, but I think the bushes were thick enough at that point that he wasn't spotted. So he was technically using bush mechanic. Ah, now we've got an Eagle 7 up on that very ridge line, the F line. Canonian Jagdpanzer's not very happy bunny, and the Scorpion just finished him off for us. Well, this is taking a bit of a risk, but it might be worth it. He's pushing ahead. The scores are even at the moment, but if he can get to the Zeppelin, then he might be able to shoot across at the enemy tanks on the F line. The enemy's pushing on the castle though. I'm not sure if Flying Corps has seen that. But the Arty have decided to debunk from their position. They're actually moving quickly to the east. And I think this is a kind of push to get to the cap area as quickly as possible. I'm wondering now if this was a smart move, because we could lose our own cap to their thrust on the west side of the map. Yep, Royal Flying Corps seen it. Now he's popping up here so he can shoot at the enemy on the other hill. There's a Noobs and an Eagle 7 over there. Trouble is, there's nobody spotting them at the moment. We need to... Arty. Got a shot. Yep, one shot killed, but he has to pull back. And he wasn't spotted. Okay, so he's back in the bush. No sign of them there. Ah, now he's popped out of... Or is he... No, he's still in the bush. We've got a Type 59 Gold. They're a lot more common now since the secret warehouse. Oh, good hit. 534. He's now up to 2.5k of damage, but only 1 kill so far. The Arty can't get another shot in the Type 59, who's pursuing our guys on the east side. Well, the Eagle 7 has just taken out the M44, so he must be a lot closer than I thought. I don't think he's over on the F line. I think he must be much closer to have got a shot in that M44, because it was a long way away. There's the Type 59. He's a one-shot, or a splash kill as we would say, but... Oh, there's the Eagle 7. He was up on the hill. No, he got the UNIS by mistake. He aimed at the Eagle 7 and killed the UNIS. He couldn't see him. So, blind kill there. Can he get a shot in this Eagle 7? Yes! And he takes him out. So that's his third kill. He can now platoon and get a Brothers in Arms. We've lost the other Arty though. Got a 2-tank advantage on the enemy. It's probably... We're close to the cap now, so they might start capping to force the enemy to return. I'm a bit puzzled as to why the enemy didn't start capping at the other end, actually. It probably would have made everyone change their plans. But going up to this position has actually been fairly valuable for RoyalFlyingCorps. Can we get shots on that gold? No. That's what I'm saying about poor gun handling. It's laser accurate if you can get a good shot in, but unfortunately on this occasion the gun handling did let him down, and he couldn't get a shot on that Type 59 before he disappeared behind the ridgeline. And I'm pretty sure that Type 59 is headed this direction. It really doesn't matter if the enemy wants to try and cap now, because, well, it would enable our guys to actually get up the other end and do some damage to them. This little tank destroyer is actually a lot faster than it actually looks. 65 kilometers an hour. It's quite fast, really, if you think about it. It's faster than some light tanks. But then the reason it's so fast is actually down to the fact that it's got no armour. Oh, 1 shot's on the eyes, 2 shielded. He was spotted though. That's his 4th kill. So the AT-15A knows where he is. Now he has got these nice little bushes here, but I'm not sure he can actually fully get out of the bush to get a shot, and so he might be deciding to go through the bridge, or underneath the bridge, and shoot them from the other side. But that Type 59 is headed this way, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if he came up the river to try and surprise RoyalFlyingCorps. Oh, there he is. He's actually gone low by the second. No shot, he's behind the ridge line. But he'll be looking down on RoyalFlyingCorps. But can RoyalFlyingCorps get a shot on the AT-15? No, because he's pulled back. I'm pretty sure that Type 59 Gold is actually headed for the very same position that RoyalFlyingCorps was in only a moment ago, because it is such a powerful, commanding position to shoot an enemy in the middle of the map. Now he's still got all his hit points, so if he did take a round from that Type 59, it wouldn't be the end of his game. Oh, the Type 59's going for a cap reset. That's what he's headed south for. Our guys were capping, and I really wasn't paying attention to that because I was more interested in what RoyalFlyingCorps was going to do regards that AT-15 or the Type 59. Well, it looks like there has been a reset because the clock has dropped back. And I have the feeling as well that RoyalFlyingCorps is going to go around the map to catch the AT-15A from the other side, which is very, very sneaky indeed. That Type 59's having to be very, very careful about his resets as well, although he is getting them, because if he exposes himself with very low hit points, he could get wiped out. Of course, he's got very low hit points thanks to RoyalFlyingCorps. Okay, I think RoyalFlyingCorps realises he's got the ridgeline in his favour now, And we just lost our AMX M445. The KV3 is still in the cap, but we don't know the state of affairs. Well, I guess we do actually, because RoyalFlyingCorps got 1100 hit points, and we've got 2443 altogether. So we know that that guy has got 1,343 hit points in total. So the KV3 appears to be fairly healthy. He's just got another reset, or the KV3 pulled out the cap. And the AT-15A does not appear. Oh, we just lost the KV3, so now it's all down to RoyalFlyingCorps to get the last 2 kills to finish the game. And it appears the AT-15A was driving towards our cap, or rather their cap, to try and get a reset. In which case, popping up on the F ridgeline has given him a perfect position. Oh, was he seen? No, he wasn't seen. And the guy's weaving. It's almost like he knows. And he manages to dodge that shell. He was spotted though. So he needs to move, but now change direction after he... That's it. After he moves away, because they'll work out from where he makes his initial move where he's likely to be going. The Type 59 is on the east side of the map though. Now he can do this. If he does, he'll get a top gun. He's already got 20% of the enemy hit pool, so he's potentially got the high caliber. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another medal out of this as well. And he's saying, how can the 2 heavies fail with hit points like that? I'm not surprised, yeah, because they did have a lot of hit points, so it must have been the combination of 2 tanks attacking them at the same time. Well, he's setting up a little nest now to take the enemy out. It's going to be very difficult for the Type 59 Gold to approach the cap without being seen. The same for the AT-15A. Some people might be tempted to actually go up onto the hill on the D line, you know, at D4, and shoot down on people in the cap. But that does sort of like prevent you from actually seeing an enemy tank who's coming directly underneath the indefilade, so they can't be spotted until they're right up on top of you. It's a good little nest here. The AT-15A is a very slow British premium tank destroyer. He's got a long way to drive. The Type 59 probably doesn't want to go into the cap all on his own, because he knows if he does, he's going to get wiped out. So he's relying on both guys to try and kill RoyalFlyingCorps, which is going to be difficult because he is full health. He could take a few shots and still win the game. He's wondering, are they coming? Here comes the Type 59, and there he goes. He's out of the game. Yeah, snapshot. Gonna work. Although this thing does have very bad gun handling, especially when it's on the move. When you're that close, it's very difficult to miss. And I think that Type 59 made a huge error doing that. And now the AT-15A, he's almost at the cap area. There he is. Hello. He's arrived just in time to die. Hello. Low boat. Tracked him. Now get behind him quickly. The thing about the AT-15A, it's only got a gun at the pointy end, and so long as you actually get behind it, there's not a lot he can do. He's stuck. And the SU-130 PM does have the ability to move its gun round at 77.5 degrees, and he's now firing heat rounds right through the rear of that AT-15A. This is really good by RoyalFlyingCorps. He's got this game now. This guy is going to die to the next shot. And he's going to win the game for his team in an epic way. Oh, that's it! He's done it! Brilliant game by RoyalFlyingCorps. He wins this one. Let's have a look at the third replay. In the third replay, we've got RoyalFlyingCorps in his SU-130 PM on the south spawn of Minsk. Game started. Well, you can see in the summer clothes, he's actually got distinction marks on his vehicle for killing huge numbers of enemy tanks. And he's making his way off to the west side of the map, which is always a good position because up near the Opera House is a nice little, I think that's an Opera House, there's a nice little position there where you can actually snipe at the enemy if they try to cross over the centre line. The only worry is, of course, you might get sniped in return by somebody sitting behind you. Yep, looks like he's going up there. And looks like we've got a Conqueror who's gone up into the centre line area. So he's probably going to be the first victim. Okay, zooming in. Nice shot, right through the turret. 534, which is a high roll. The Conqueror looks in this direction, but he didn't see RoyalFlyingCorps, so he's not going to get anything out of that. He's just aware that there's somebody sniping up here, and now he's aware again. Low roll this time, 509. Oh, Panzer 58 Mutz stopped in mid-track. Good shot, 493, another low roll, and the Mutz is down. Now he could put another round into the Conqueror. You notice he's having to pull back quite a long way, but even then, 1/4 of his vehicle is exposed, and if an enemy tank comes through the little tunnels, he might take a few rounds. He's trying to get the top of the Conqueror at the moment. You see that little hump. He's looking in this direction. Arty just slammed around into him, I think, but he's unspotted, so we don't know how much that did. Oh, he is stunned, yes, and he's a one-shot. He's a one-shot. So, could this be the first kill? Yes! Right through the roof! The Conqueror's got a very weak roof on the top, and he put that round right through it. Perfect. So he's got his first kill, and he's been joined by a Bosch 155, and he's decided to get down. Now, dismounting from here can be a bit dangerous because I've seen many tanks flip over on their sides, but he's now decided to move to a firing position a little closer to the enemy cap area. This game is, well, it's going quite well because we've got a lot of territory on the west side, but an AMX M449 Liberté has just been spotted, so he's angling to get a sniping position on this guy, and just as he needs to hit, the guy goes out of sight. But there's a Progetto. Can he hit that guy? Maybe. No. Just missed. He wasn't seen though, so his position is secure, and he's got the side of that Liberté. Yes! Kill shot! Second kill, but the Progetto saw him, so he has to pull back in. He's got no armour really, so to speak. It's only 20mm at the front on the hull, 15 on the sides and 8 at the rear. And well, the turret has only got 15mm at the front and 6 at the rear, so you can see anything, even machine gun fire probably will penetrate. Nice shot! Got a round into the Progetto. That's good tip for tack, you might say, and the Progetto's gone. So now he's safe to move forward, except of course that Charfu 204, who's guarding the north bank of the river. The enemy's still trying to push in the town, but it's not getting them anywhere. And I think that he's actually decided that he can take a better firing position over here. There's a T110E3 moving out now. You can go through the side of that one. Good shot, 520 average roll. He's got a chance he can get another one, actually. Oh, maybe not now, because the guy's face onto us. Well, it looks like that did hit. Whether or not it did any damage, though, we don't know. Well, I think it did do damage, because he's actually lost some hit points. Trying to go for the lower plate, or for the cupola. At this point, I would normally do my Arnie joke. It's not a tumor. He's coming this way. He obviously didn't like being hit. And the Scorpion has now joined the Charfu 4. He's trying to get as close to the river as he can to spot RoyalFlyingCorps. Oh, he's going through the bridge. He's going through the tunnel on the bridge. Okay, well, RoyalFlyingCorps can counter that. Somebody fired in this direction, but he's gone down. The T-123 taken out by the Pantera. Now he's got shots on the Scorpion over the other side, and there's a TVP T-5051 up near the cap area, or actually in the field, and he takes a round. It's a low roll. He's now to 3.6k of damage. He's racking it up. He's only a short distance away from getting enough to get 20% of the enemy hit pool. Remember, this is a tier 10 game. He's tier 8 tank destroyer. Oh, he tries a snapshot, and it does work. It connects with the tracks on the T-28, but doesn't penetrate him. Now he tried to knock those trees down to give him a bit of extra cover. The TVP's not returned any fire from him to him. He's got no shot on the T-28 and the mouse. The mouse is actually round the corner in the buildings. The T-28's gone round the corner. There's a Waffenträger somewhere up ahead. And he does have some cover from these trees. Not a whole lot though. And his side reference points are exposed. I think you can see that. Oh, or are they? No, it's his rear reference point that's exposed. Okay, there's the E75TS, and unfortunately he doesn't get the shot on that one. The Progetto does. Still that Waffenträger though. Now he has to pivot the vehicle because he can only turn the gun 77.5 degrees. Looks like our guys on the west side had a bit of difficulty with the Charfu 4 and the Scorpion. It's only down to 2 of them now, Striv and an E50M. Ah, there's the E75. No shot at the moment. Really is no shot. It's very difficult trying to feather it out through there. No, it didn't work. I've tried it myself on occasions. You need something with a laser accurate gun like an E50M. Could probably penetrate through that. Yes! Got the turret of the E75. That's his 3rd kill. Still no sign of the Waffenträger though. He's supposedly on that corner. There's only 6 enemies left. They've got 2 Arty, who are more than likely over on the east side of the map. M53, M55, and a T92 HMC. They've also got a Waffenträger, and of course the Scorpion and the Charfu 4, as well as that TVP that RoyalFlyingCorps hit earlier. Oh, there's the Waffenträger. Okay, he's just further up the road. I think if they pop through here, they might be able to corner these guys and wipe them out one by one, and then put pressure on the other ones. Now he has to go through the gap, or he has to go round this side. So he's going around this side. Because if you go through the gap, you could get shot at by the TVP T5051. Hello, Mr. Waffenträger. 1 hit, 489. Oh, we took a round back from the Waffenträger's 128mm. I know it's the 128mm because he only suffered 571 hit points of damage. If it had been the 15cm, he would have known about it, because that would have been 750 hit points down the drain. The TVP's moved up. No, he's not one shot. And he's being pushed back by the Bosch. Listen, son, let us deal with it. Well, yeah. No, he doesn't have to worry about being shot at from his left as he goes through that gap, and he's got the Progetto with him. More than likely the TVP is going to hit the Progetto first. Oh, there's the TVP. Snapshot didn't work. Okay, he's decided to go to the left now. Is he going to go to the gap and try and shoot through there? No, because the Progetto wants to do that, and he's rammed into RoyalFlyingCorps. Probably doesn't realise that RoyalFlyingCorps got most of the damage that this has been done against the enemy so far. TVP, the T92. No, there's something in between him and the T92. And he just fired, but the TVP's gone down to the Progetto. So there's only two enemies left. It's the M53 and the M55. It looks like they were actually in the centre, and everyone's racing to try and get to them as quickly as we can. RoyalFlyingCorps, well, he can't get the top gun now, but he can get these last two kills. There he is. Go for it. Yes! Now, he might be able to get a Pascucci's if we can work out where the M53, M55 is. He must be down in this corner. So I got it totally wrong, because I thought they were on the east side of the map, but no, there we know where they are now. We know precisely where they are. And he focused on RoyalFlyingCorps simply because he's got no armour, and you'll get more damage firing at this little thing. And he's not going to get the kill on the M53, M55. These guys are going to get there before us, and they do. And that is the end of the game. So, a fairly badly beaten up SU-130 PM, but it is a victory. And just under 5k damage. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Here's the end of battle results from all three games. In the first one, RoyalFlyingCorps managed to get an ace tanker in the SU-130 PM, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 17. He also picked up some battle hero medals as well. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. He ended up with 7, just one short of getting a Radley's, which would have been rather nice if he'd managed to get it. But he also picked up a tank sniper as well for getting the most damage at a distance of 300 meters or more. And you can see the win rate from that game was 17,176. Yes, basically he was trying to carry the team towards the end. He did manage to get one of the last remaining 5 enemy vehicles, but unfortunately, yep, the enemy Arty managed to get him right at the end. So, if we look at the team score, he did get the highest damage in the game, 7,443. Now, that is some carry. 7 enemy vehicles were killed, and that's the highest number of those. The next highest scorers being the enemy team, the T-44-100, their Super Hellcat. And we can see that their 45 TP got a Spartan, their Lurva got a Spartan, and their GW Panther picked up a Gauze medal during that game as well. When it came to base XP, it's the enemy team who did the best. Yes, you can see that their top scorer was the T-44-100. 1,426 went to him. 1,227 went to the GW Panther, who actually did kill RoyalFlyingCorps at the end. And the third highest base XP was RoyalFlyingCorps himself with 1,057. So you can see he was really doing well. Even on the losing team, he still managed to score the third highest base XP in the game. He fired 20 rounds in that game, got 18 direct hits and 17 penetration. So he had 10 rounds left at the end of the game. 7,443 hit points of damage, of which 6,238 were done at more than 300 meters. So you can see from his position on the south side of the map, he was actually pumping out rounds into the enemy to get a huge amount of damage. That's a massive amount, most of his damage at long range. 3 hits received, all 3 were penetrations. Yeah, I did say the armor on this vehicle is terrible. Literally anything will go through if it can hit the right place. And Yeah, it's very thin, so it's very susceptible to HE, which is why, of course, he was taken out by an HE round from the Arty. 12 enemy vehicles were damaged, so there was only 3 enemy vehicles who didn't touch him in the entire game, and 7 were killed, and 697 hit points of damage assistance, and he got 6 defense points because he took out that Hellcat while he was in the cap. On a premium count, he earned 158,589 credits, got a personal reserve of 79,295, and he did complete a mission which got him 40,000 credits, plus he got the Courageous Resistance because he got a Battle Hero medal in a losing or drawn game, so 10,800 credits for that. So his grand total was a sum you'd normally see in a frontline game, 288,684 credits in total. And after resupply of ammunition and repair, he still took away 250,000 credits, 256,864 credits from one game that lasted just 9 minutes. And all of these replays took place on the same day. This was the first one in the morning. 1,585 XP, 864 for Courageous Resistance, 245 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 2,694 experience points altogether. So even though he lost the first game, he really was trying very hard to win, and I think if he'd given half a chance, he probably would have taken out the rest of the enemy, but the enemy Arty said, no, you're not, I'm going to take you down, and he planted a round right on him, which effectively ended Royal Flying Corps' game. Let's have a look at the second battle. That was the one on Redshire, and it's another ace tanker for Royal Flying Corps in the SU-130 PM. He also got a fire for effect and a bruiser out of this one. He managed to get 6 critical hits. He picked up a top gun for getting at least 6 kills and a tanker sniper for getting the most damage at a distance of 300 meters. But sadly he didn't get the high caliber in this one, even though his win rate was 8,487, which again is super Unicum standard and quite a bit more. In the first one, 17,000, that was huge. You can see that he missed out on the top scorer because the Type 59G, the gold one, actually managed to get a higher damage with 4,770. He picked up a high caliber Confederate and a Defender in that game. Of course, he was resetting the cap on our heavies on a repeated basis when he only had minimal hit points himself. So I think you can give a lot of credit to this player for doing what he did, even though he did lose the game at the end because he just waltzed straight through the cops. And of course, Royal Flying Corps was ready for him and put him out the game with one shot. When it came to kills, you can see, well, actually, we didn't finish the damage. We did say 4,552 hit points of damage is just below the Type 59 gold. I didn't mention that. So these two players between them, they really did have the biggest effect on this game overall. When it came to kills, though, he did get the high score on that one. 6 kills to Royal Flying Corps, 4 kills to the Type 59, the IS-2 shielded, and 3 kills went to the IS-2 on his own team. When it came to base XP, again, he's got the tops with 1,379, just beat the Type 59 in this one, who was on the losing team, but still did very well to get 1,227. That's probably an ace tanker. And the next high score after that was the IS-2 on Royal Flying Corps' team with 947. He fired 16 rounds in this game, so he actually had 14 rounds spare at the end. 14 direct hits and 12 penetrations on the enemy, 4,552 hit points of damage, of which 2,948 were at more than 300 meters. So 3 in every 4 shots in this game were at long range. 2 hits received, both of them were penetrations. Yes, they both went through. As I said, no armor on this vehicle. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 6, and did 401 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 122,634 credits from this game, and after repair and ammunition resupplying, yes, standard ammo used in this battle, 77,191 credits profit. He got 25 bonds out of this game as well, and 2,068 XP 207 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 2,275 experience points altogether. So a decent battle, you might say. In fact, actually, it was a very good battle, because after all, he was left all alone facing two enemies, and one of which was very difficult to kill. Of course, the AT-15A does have very strong armor, but if you can hit it in the rear, then obviously it's very weak, because obviously its guns facing the wrong direction. I think credit has to go to that Type 59 Gold, because really, honestly, to take on and defend against the heavies that were actually capping at the other end, and actually to take them out was quite amazing, actually, really, to be honest. So let's have a look at the last battle. That was the one on Minsk, and that was also another ace tanker game from RoyalFlyingCorps. He really does like his SU-130 PM. He did get a fighter badge in this one for getting at least 4 kills. He did get 4 exactly. A spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage. A fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. And in this one, he did get the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And he did it with a win rate of 9,282, 9,282, which is super unicum and quite a bit more. And this was the last one in the evening. You can see here, it was just 9:45 in the evening when he played this game. Let's have a look at team score. Well, highest damage, 4,854 hit points. The next high scorer being the Progetto 66 with 3,776. And after that, it was the Charfu Duo 4 putting up a good defense at the other end of the map with 2,990 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, again, he's got the highest number with 4 kills. 3 kills went to the Bosch 155 and 3 kills went to the T92 HMC on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, again, he's got the top. So in this one, he got the top in all 3 columns. 1,478 base experience to RoyalFlyingCorps, 1,257 to the Progetto 66, and 860 went to the Object 261 on his own team, who also got a Confederate in that game. He fired 19 rounds in this game, got 15 direct hits and 12 penetrations. Damage of 4,854 hit points, of which 4,080 were up more than 300 meters. So the vast majority, again, of the damage he was doing, 80% of it was at long range. 2 hits received, both penetrations. Again, I can't stress it enough. This tank does not have any armor. If you are going to get hit, you are going to get damaged unless the tank gets hit in the tracks. 1 hit by way of splash damage as well. He also was spotted by the enemy, or spotted one enemy, sorry, rather. Spotted, damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 4 of them, and did 1,732 hit points of spotting assist in this one. On a premium count, he earned 133,281 credits from this one, and used standard ammo again throughout, and as a result, he took away 103,998 credits profit. He earned 2,217 XP, 222 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 2,439 experience points altogether. So what a fantastic pair, 3 games in the SU-130 PM. I think it's worthy of our 7,000th video. This is the 7,000th one. And I just wanted to say that I rather like the SU-130 PM, but the one thing I do know is it doesn't have a lot of armor. So to get this sort of damage, you really have to know your game to be able to put it out there and kill the enemy, and do it on a repeated basis. So well played to RoyalFlyingCorps. I thought it was pretty amazing. 3 replays in the same day, all ace tankers, all getting medals, and all effectively carrying the team, so to speak, to victory. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.